So speaking of Ireland, I remember I was sitting in my house, well actually it was my parents' house. One day, I was a musician and I had no money, so I had to move back in with my parents. And which is not so nice. You know, when you move out from your parents, you feel like, yes. And then I just had no money and I had nowhere to live. Actually, no, I was living somewhere and I lit too many candles. And I ended up forgetting about the candles and I burnt the house down that I was living in. Fire brigade came. And so then I moved back in with my parents. I had burnt my clothes and books and things. And I was sitting in my old childhood bedroom with all the animals on the wall. I had wallpaper, cartoons. And I was looking out through the window. And I was quite bored and I had my nose up against the window and I was breathing against the window. And then at some point I got this idea of going to visit my friend. So I called my friend up and I said, hey, are you there? I'm in. And she said, yeah, come on over. So I got a bus into the city and a bus out to my friend. And when I got there, she was like, oh, how's it going? And I was like, okay, not great. And she says, what's wrong? And I said, I don't really know. I just, living with my parents again. I'm like, And so she said, oh, cool. Well, you can, why don't you stay with me tonight? You can stay in my bed. And we had been friends for 7 years with nothing sexual. Well, no, nothing really, nothing had ever happened. And when she said that, you can stay in my bed, I had one of those moments that you see in the cinema where they pause and everything is in slow motion. Her world continued and my world stopped. I had 2.5 hours of imagination and 1.5 seconds later she said, yeah, my sister's gone away so I'll stay in her room. And I came back to the world and I was like, oh yes, of course. Cool. So she took me in, as a good platonic friend does. And then she said to me, the best thing to do when you're feeling down is she was kind of, very wise in some ways, She was younger than me, but very wise. The best thing to do when you're feeling down is just spend some time with yourself. Just look up at the stars, spend some time with yourself and let everything just be and you'll feel better in the morning. And I was like, okay, good night. So she went to bed, turned off the light, and I followed her instructions. I spent some time with myself. She was right. I did feel better for a while. And so then I went home the next day and wrote this. Nothing unusual, nothing strange, close to nothing at all. It's the same old scenario, it's the same old rain, and there's no explosions here. And something unusual, something strange, come from nothing at all. I saw a spaceship just fly by your window. Did you see it disappear? Amie, come sit on my wall and read me the story of war. Tell it like you used to believe, at the end of the century there's a change from you and me. Nothing unusual, nothing's changed, just a little older, that's all. You know when you found it, there's something I've learned. It's 'cause you feel it when they take it away. Hey, 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 something unusual, something's changed. You come from nothing at all. But I'm not a miracle and you're not a saint, just another soldier on a road to nowhere. Amie, come sit on my wall and read me the story of old. Tell it like you used to believe, at the end of the century there's a change for you and me. Amie, come sit on and read me the story of love. Tell it like you still believe, at the end of the century brings a change for you